Good evening, Facebook. This is Pastor Paul on this Motivational Monday. As I told you on my last message, I told you that I'll be back. And on tonight, this evening, whenever you get this, I have a word for you. And it's coming out of the book of Job, chapter 23, verses 8 through 10. And it reads as like this. He says, I'll go east, but he is not there. I go west, but I cannot find him. I do not see him in the north, for he is hidden. I look to the south, but he is concealed. But he knows where I'm going, and when he tests me, I will come out as pure as gold. And just for a few moments on this evening, I want to talk about there's a reason for your pain. There's a reason for your pain. And the reason why that I want to speak on this is that so many times we find ourselves in life wondering where God is. And so many times we do find ourselves questioning his very existence, questioning what his purpose is for our life, questioning if he's real. But one thing that I do want to say is that there's a reason for your pain. James said it best in chapter 1. He said, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptation. And what James was talking about in that first chapter, it wasn't to be joyful in the situation because it's hard to be joyful with trouble. But he said joyful is coming from a place knowing that there is an end, there is an outcome. And my brothers and sisters, is that Job here in this text, he has been suffering. He has lost everything, lost his family, and it seemed like he had no resolve to this problem. But he said, even though I don't know where I'm going, even though it seems like I cannot hear you, even though it seems like I have no direction, he said, in the midst of this all, he says, you know where I'm going. And the best thing is that God knows where he's taking you. And the fact of the matter is that there are some things that you have to go through in order for God can get you to where he's trying to take you. And sometimes that means losing loved ones, that means losing friends, that means doors shutting, because the fact of the matter is that when one door shuts, another door opens. But then what's good is that what Job said, he says, I shall come forth pure as gold. And if anybody knows anything about gold, gold has to go through a purification process. And in this process, it is heated up to thousands and thousands of degrees. It may not be thousands, maybe hundreds. But the fact of the matter is, it is heated up at extreme temperatures. And in these extreme temperatures, the impurities in gold are melted away. And then when it cools, what's left is the very purest form of the gold that it can be. And what I'm saying is that everybody wants to be a better self. Everybody wants to get what God has for them. But in order for God to get you to where he has for you, there are things that you have to go through in order for God to get you to what he has. Now, so what he uses is tests and trials. He used storms, he used tribulation. And in these moments, you have to understand this is God's way of purifying me. So when you see trouble, when you see tribulation, understand is that it's not because you're such a bad person, but it's because God has something bigger for you. And I just come to tell you on this Motivational Monday is that there's a reason for your pain. You may not understand it now. You may not see it. You may not be able to see the sun because of the clouds. But weeping may endure for night, but joy comes in the morning. And when this is all said and done, like Job said, you shall come forth pure as gold. God bless you. And I can't wait to be back next Monday. Tune in, share this so this may bless someone. God bless.